There are quite a number of forms of hair loss that we're seeing with kids below even the age of 12. And in the last 2 years, we've actually been concerned that we're seeing more kids coming into the clinic or being brought into the clinic that we've experienced before. And we've connected that to the fact that COVID happened and kids were locked in, they were not seeing their friends, they were not going to school. And that really affected the kids, and we saw different forms of hair loss. Having said that, it's not unusual to see moms or parents bringing their kids to the clinic to seek for help for different forms of hair loss. And what we've experienced a lot since I started my practice, we've seen children getting tinea capitis, which is hair loss related to ringworm. And this happens in patches of hair loss, but the hair will break off at the root, and you will see either a lot of itching and flaking of the scalp. We've many a time seen kids losing hair in patches where you just get very bold patches all over the scalp, or kids going through what you call trichotillomania. Young girls and young boys at the age of 13 and below plucking their own hair, and these are forms of hair loss that are related to stress. It could be that kids are getting bullied in school, or they are not feeling appreciated at home, or many different things. It could be that they are going to a school that they don't like, or they are going through a period when they're doing exams, and we tend to see alopecia areata, which is where kids will lose hair in patches. We see a fungal infection. Kids will either engage with their friends who have pets and they can borrow ringworm from the pets. And those are some of the conditions that we've been seeing in the clinic. And all these conditions can be sorted if picked early. But the most important thing is not to rush and get drugs over the counter, because first you need to establish what exactly is happening to the kid. And what is the best way to manage that form of condition. Because sometimes kids will suffer a condition like tinea capitis or ringworm, and the patch that they will experience will stress them, and they start losing hair to stress, or they start plucking their own hair because they're psychologically disturbed by whatever is going on. So it's very important that we establish what is happening, why is it happening, and then after that you start to treat it. But like I said, all these conditions can be sorted, and quickly so. Even the dietary problem where you see kids just losing hair diffusely, my advice to moms and parents who their kids are going through hair loss, it's very important that first you get the type of hair loss analyzed and diagnosed, so that then you get the correct therapy diagnosed, so that you do not start shooting in the dark and end up losing more hair. And in turn, the kids gets more frustrated about it, and you as a parent gets more frustrated. So my advice is, allow the kids to be kids. If you want to put extensions, let them be very light. And if you're doing cornrows with their own hair, let it not be secured so tightly, so that then you do not damage their hair follicle before they fully mature. At the same time, kids should not be exposed to relaxers before they get to 16, 18, because their follicles have not fully matured them. And I know in the market we have relaxers that claim to be kids relaxers. And to me, it's like saying kiddies beer. If it is alcohol, it's alcohol. It's not kiddies beer, and it cannot be kiddies relaxer. There are chemicals in there that are causing chemical damage to the scalp, chemical damage to the hair. So you really need to allow the kids to get to an age that their follicles have matured and can take extensions, can take braids, can take relaxers, so that then you do not damage their hair at a very early stage.